Yo, what's up, Zoe? How you doing? What's going on? I'm gonna change the settings a little bit. Graphics. Can we run this in a window? There we go. Whoa, hold on. There we go. There we go. All right. Zoe, have you ever played Valheim before? It's a game where you basically play as like a caveman, Viking kind of guy, and you run around, you build stuff. It's like Minecraft if it was third person and a little more difficult, in my opinion. So I really like it. I should really make a new character, actually. Hold on. Log out. We'll start a new character. How'd you like the show today? Let's see here. New character. You don't play tons of video games? It's fun to watch, though, isn't it? No hair? No. We need long hair or something. There we go. We gotta get facial hair. Whoa, that's a big gnarly beard. I like that, though. I think it looks sick. Coulter says, I could be into a new survival game. It's survival, but it's not super difficult. There's a lot of inventory management that makes it pretty fun. I think this dude looks sick. We're going to name him... I don't know. We'll call... I usually call him P. Swayze. That's like my gamer tag. P. Swayze... Oh, you can't put symbols? This game sucks. I'm uninstalling this. I can't put numbers either? P. Swayze. Can I put spaces at least? Yes. P. Swayze. There we go. We'll do that. Look at my dude. No pants. All right, cool. So we'll start. We'll go to stream. There we go. How does it look, by the way? Is it a good-looking game? All right, this is going to take a minute to load. So the way the game starts off is... Long ago, the All-Father Odin united the worlds. He threw down his foes and cast them into the 10th world. Then split the boughs which held the prison of the World Tree and left it to drift unanchored, a place of exile. Yeah, we get it. All right. So basically what happened is your character is dead. In the game, your character has been... killed, but you haven't died in battle yet, essentially. So the idea is you're not going to Valhalla, you're going to Valheim, which is like purgatory. At least that's the way I understand it. And you have to fight your way through purgatory to get to the regular world, or at least Valhalla's, heaven or whatever. So this is a Valkyrie. She's dropping me off after my little battle or whatever happened. Something happened where I couldn't get to Valheim, or Valhalla, so... Yeah, it's pretty annoying. But, it's a fantastically fun game. It can run on basically everything. That's why I'm playing this right now, is because I don't have a great graphics card. So... At least in this computer. I'll be getting something relatively soon, so that way we can play other games and stuff. I don't need to have the best graphics in the world, but I do need to have a high frame rate. That's what I like. So anyway, she's going to drop me off in the woods here. Whoa! Hail, warrior. So, look at my dude. Hold on, look at my guy. I'm playing a grandpa. Grandpa gnarly. That's who I am. But if you guys got questions, if you want to talk about music or anything like that, this is just going to be here as, something to catch your eyes. Just to, look at it. I'm going to turn this dude off. I'm going to go to settings, show Raven hints. No, I don't want that. Go away. Okay, I don't want you to, evaporate. So basically, this game starts off just like any other survival game. You got to go punch trees. Like I said, it's very similar to Minecraft. So we're going to go this way. We're going to get some rocks. It's going to pop up with a bunch of recipes and stuff. And it's like, that's nice. That's nice, sweetie. We're punching trees. You technically don't have to punch trees in this game. You can just go pick stuff up off the ground. We got Cool Killer! What's going on, buddy? So yeah, you go in, you grab stuff. I started a new character. I have like 10 characters on this game. I have like... How many hours do I have in this game? What's the most hours you guys have in a game? Anybody in the chat? Pick up some berries here. I played this so many times. Cool Killer says, I made it. Or did you make the game? You didn't make this. I don't remember where the creators are from. I think they're from Northern Europe, Scandinavia kind of stuff. Makes sense with the game, if I remember correctly. But all right, so what do we got in our inventory? We need to make a stone axe. Oh yeah, we need a weapon. I need a weapon. We need a hammer. So this menu, which is really funny, is that this menu really doesn't come into that much play until you get to like the cooking stuff, like the tool sheds, things like that. But it's fine. I do think it's funny how they have a menu like that. So I'm gonna go chop down some trees now. This is probably, I would say, a good eighth of the game is cutting down trees, which you're probably. Oh, I gotta turn that screen shake off. That's stuck. That stuff's terrible. Where are we at here? Sun shafts. Where's the screen shake? We gotta turn that off. That stuff's terrible. I hate it when that happens. Anybody have things in games you just can't do? Gameplay, is this it? Where's the screen shake? Accessibility? Yeah, camera shake. Get that off. Get that out of here. Okay, cool. Yeah, we don't want that because it's very distracting. You can't really see very well. Coulter says, as far as solo improv on guitar, are you more of a minor pentatonic guy or major thirds? I have no idea. I would say I play a lot of the major scale. I really enjoy the major scale. But I don't write music with the scale in mind. I just go back after I write the song and I go, what scale am I in? I'm kind of backwards. I think a lot of musicians are kind of backwards like that. Some musicians really get into theory and then they go, okay, I'm going to write a song and mix a Lydian with, and then I'm going to change it from 3/4 time to 4/4 time. And that's great. I'll just write the song and then I'll figure out what I did. You know what I mean? Like if you asked me what key the song How Tall Is the Sun is in, I wouldn't know. If you asked me what key the song I was playing earlier, What Is Your Problem, that song, I wouldn't know. But I could figure it out. I could probably pull it up. There's ways to do that. So, yeah, I would say 90% of the time I write in the major scale, though. But sometimes I make a conscious effort to write something similar. Because I'll be like, I really like this song. I want to write a song like that again. And I'll find out what scale or what mode or whatever that is. And then I'll be like, okay, I kind of want to write something like that. But that being said, most of the time I just write how I feel. And then I decide if I want to keep doing that. How do I keep doing that? So isn't that interesting? I do the same thing with cooking, too. Like when I cook something, I go, I'm in the mood for this. But I don't look up like foods that I want to make. I just kind of go with what I make with what I have and what I feel like making. You know what I mean? I'll make like a recipe on the spot. So Dizzy says, oh my god, you can level up simply by breathing too? Yeah, there's a lot of leveling up in the very beginning of this game. So the idea is that when you're level 1, there's so many things you just annihilate experience. But here's what's interesting about this game is that when you die in the game, you lose levels of experience. So for example, if I go into this menu up here, my axes is in level 2, you lose, I think it's 10% of your experience or levels when you die, which is kind of a big deal because you die a lot in this game, which is pretty brutal. So it's pretty difficult as far as that goes, but there's ways around it. It's not a big deal. If you play it for long enough, it's fine. So how many material? What do we got here? We got some wood. We got a little bit of stone. We're going to keep getting some stuff. But yeah, feel free to shoot away with questions if you guys got questions about music and stuff. If you guys want to talk about an opinion of something, because I can just kind of rattle off about the game. But I do want to tell you guys there is a subject I wanted to visit as far as another video goes. There was a channel I saw on YouTube. And it was, does anyone know the game Helldivers 2? If you're not familiar, it's a game that came out like 2 years ago. And a lot of people really enjoy it. It's got a great little online community. But I saw a YouTube channel where a guy is making like AI music. And he claims that he like does a lot of the stuff handmade. And he also buried the fact that he uses AI in his descriptions. So he's not technically lying, but he's being very deceptive, and I really don't like that, and I wanted to talk about that on the show. I don't think using AI for art or music or anything like that, I don't think it's inherently bad, but I do think people should know if you're using AI because it becomes deceptive. You know what I mean? Just like how if you're using somebody else's vocals, if you're using somebody else's writing, if you're using any of that stuff, it's good to know about it. That being said, it doesn't make the song bad or good, but it does bother me when people are deceptive about how they make something. You know, like you go to a restaurant and you ask, okay, so like what kind of steak is this? And they go, oh, it's the finest Angus steak, and you get it, and it's like, I don't know, chuck or something. I don't know, some kind of weird. You're like, this isn't what I ordered. You know what I mean? It's like you're not advertising the same thing. WD says, I'm not a mod here. I can't say that. Oh, you should be a mod. I'll make you a mod right now. Hold on. Boom. You're a mod. You see what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, it's very, very interesting how that works. Cool Kill says, I can be a mod. Oh! But yeah, so that's what I was talking about. Do you guys think... Because like the songs he was writing himself... Wow, I can't believe I said that. The songs he was... creating, I guess you could say, they weren't bad, but again, it was deceptive because the way he worded it. I'll even see if I can pull it up. Hold on, I'll pull it up on YouTube. I don't want to say his name or anything like that, but Helldivers 2. I think it's. Hold on, I pulled it up. Here it is. I think I found him. I got to pause this immediately. Okay, good. So, where is the... Oh, that's not him. Where is he? There's... it doesn't matter. But the point... I'll pull it up on the video. The point I'm trying to make here is that he has like a paragraph where he talks about how he makes the music and what it try to sell you on it. And it's just one line in there where he says... I don't just use AI. And then your brain goes, oh, so it's not AI. And then the next part, he says, I use AI. And I'm like, what? How deceptive is that? You know what I mean? You can't be like, we don't just use artificial colors. We use artificial colors. It's like, oh my God. Yeah, no, I don't have a problem with people. Like, for example, I used AI to remove the vocals on some of the tracks that I really enjoyed. Even some of my own stuff, I had to remove the vocals and fix things. And the idea is that I don't see a problem with using a tool that doesn't like really take over from a person, or it has a tool that really can't have a function outside of people. My issue is that the guy is being dishonest about it. He can write AI music. I don't care. It's just he's being deceptive about it. So I don't really appreciate that. WD says, as a graphic designer, AI is killing me. Yeah, dude. I have a family member who invested heavily into AI And I remember when he did it, we were all like, I don't know, man. This seems like a really kind of, I don't think it's going to work very well. And it turns out he made a shitload of money as far as I remember. But yeah, he invested in NVIDIA and stuff right before it like took off. So, you know, when you're right, you're right. Guy's doing well now. But I don't know how well or how much he invested. But he was asking about it. But yeah, it's one of those things where already people are kind of just hand waving and like, it's not a big deal. Nah, it's fine. Yeah, you don't have to do anything about it. You know, it's fine. I saw somebody say, they said that if you use AI in your artwork at all, which I think, let me put it this way. If I met an artist and they were like, no, I still paint, but sometimes I'll use AI to like make something ahead of time just to see how it'll look. And if I don't like it, I'll just remove it. But I still do things the way I want to. And I was like, that makes sense. I've definitely used AI in my writing as far as like when I try to get an idea and I want to write something and I'm like, is this too wordy? I'll be like, trim this down. And I'm like, does this still work? You know what I mean? It's all my own stuff. But I'm asking somebody, you know, I'm like basically hiring an editor. So it's not the best thing in the world, but at the same time, it's a quick, easy kind of fix. So I understand the tool. But again, there's people that are just like, write my paper for me. And it's like, it comes out and it's all trash. You know what I mean? What am I doing? I have a torch. Yeah, I'm okay with people using it as a supplement to like boost creativity. I don't like it when people just absolutely use it for everything on there. It doesn't make sense. WD says, not to get political. I mean, I think on this channel it should be okay. On the music channel, I don't talk about anything close to politics to be distracting that much. I think, anyways, I won't get on that. But it says not to get political, but wait until they implement it with Planeter? What's Planeter? What are you talking about? I don't know what that is. Should I know what that is? So he says, making AI images and calling it art doesn't count, in my opinion. Using it as a tool, being honest about it is fine. Yeah, totally agree. If you're using it to boost you're already doing something, then it's like, pfft, okay, fine. You know what I mean? I understand that completely. I have to build a house in this game. I'm just rambling on. Ramble on! Yeah, like I'll give you an example. If they used AI to improve the mastering of an old Led Zeppelin song, dude, awesome, perfect, go for it. But if they use AI to write a new Led Zeppelin song and they're marketing it as Led Zeppelin, I don't like that. That's crazy. Why would you do that? You know? Okay, so I need to build a house because it's nighttime and I'm being dumb. Yeah, it shouldn't be the whole product. Oh, whoops. Whoops, oh my god, what am I doing? There we go, I got it. I gotta build... Why is this under the ground? That's so funny, it shouldn't be under the ground. There we go. Uh-oh, we got a glitch. That's really funny. This is bad. Alright, we'll do that. What is... Oh, it should be snap. Where's snap? There we go. I was like, why is it not snapping? Let's see here. What are you guys saying? There's some things AI can't do in terms of graphic design. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure there's tons of stuff. I'm sure it's... And the other thing, too, is, again, there's stuff out there that is so convincing. I saw somebody make a video, and I'll still never forget this because I thought it was excellent. They made a video where they replaced all their CGI, or most of their CGI, with AI. And it was so convincing, and it was breathtaking, but they used it in junction with their videos. So they had live actors, they had backgrounds, but they replaced the backgrounds. And it just was like, wow, this looks incredible. They did a great job. So I didn't feel it was terrible. I don't think it was being awful. They were just using it to make whatever they had that was good way better. So I was okay with that. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I use copy and paste. I record digitally. You know what I mean? There's ways to, I think, make it make sense. Let's see here. What are you guys talking about in the chat? You said painting is fun. Cool killer. I agree. I actually want to start going into painting. WD says, I don't even know if I want to go down that road. We're ready to have a government-mandated social credit system driven by AI. Oh, I got a hot topic for you guys. This isn't too bad. I'm actually one of the only people that is somewhat, not entirely, but somewhat excited to see that YouTube is starting to crack down on the accounts that are like trolls and stuff. And the way that they're doing that, obviously, is they're seeing if somebody's a kid. They don't want to have like kids running around on the website unmonitored, and they want to make sure that they are not going on certain things. So I'm excited to see people needing to use, not entirely like, oh, I need to use an ID to use like what YouTube. I want there to be like permanent, what's it called? Repercussions for people that are like harassing people online. It would be nice if it was like, oh, you got banned from Google. You can't go on Google anymore, and you can't get a new account and make an anonymous account. I can't wait for that to happen. I'm like excited. That's what I want to see. I want to see like bad actors on YouTube and stuff or maybe they get removed for like 6 months. You know what I mean? Like internet prison. That would be tight. I can't wait for that to happen. I made my house too small. I'm sick of it, man. There's so many people online that, like, do you know how many people made new accounts and what's it called? Ban evading. They ban evaded, even on the Discord. It's not right. It shouldn't be an option for people. I don't like that. I wish there was a way that was more permanent, kind of like, hey, you screwed up kind of thing. All right, now I have fire in my house. Very cool. I forgot to make a chimney because this game actually does have smoke, and you can get hurt from smoke inhalation, which is bad. Smoke inhalation's bad. Okay. All right, that should be okay. There's a little spot for it to go out. I'll do something here. This game is so good. I love this game so much. The music's great. The gameplay's great. The loop is great. It's a fantastic experience. If you guys ever want to play a game. We used to have a server on here for a while. There we go. This is a nice looking house. Now I should build a bed. I'm going to go to sleep in the game, and then I'll be able to focus on you guys a little more. Need to make a... There we go. Internet is crazy out here these days. Oh, yeah, dude. Like, can you imagine? Like, there's so many threats that people make online. I've talked about this so much. So much. Coulter says, like when RuneScape cleaned house and they just started banning everybody back in the day. Is that something that happened? I know that they've been, like, Twitch has been banning The other thing, too, is if you're a person and you have to pay or you have to use your ID, not like literally your ID, but you have to verify you're a person, I think that'll really help out with trolls and bots. Because think about it. You know when you get a verified sticker and stuff like that? I think eventually it's going to be like if you want to use this website, you have to pay for it, and hopefully it's not very much. But the idea is like if we can eliminate all the bot traffic and stuff, it'll be just such a great experience. Look at this house. Look how nice this is. Terrible. All right, so now that it's daytime, I can build my house again. So we got to cut down some more trees. Yeah, I'm just not a huge fan of people abusing, like the fact that it's basically wild, wild west on the internet still, and I don't get it. Cool Killer says, I avoid it and meditate in my cactus garden. I wish I had a place like that. Cactus garden. That'd be sick. All right, so we need lots more wood. Really what I need to do is go look for water in this game. There we go. There's water over there. Because like near the water there's a material that I need to get. and it makes me a better axe. Yeah, I've yet to meet somebody that where I shared, yeah, I can't wait for the internet to be kind of limited. Not as far as speeds go or availability. I'm saying limited as far as like, I don't want people to be just complete nonsense. Like in real life, if you insult somebody, you get kicked out of the bar. You know what I mean? In real life, if you're causing problems, you go to jail. So I can't wait for people to be like, "Oh, are you being a jerk? We don't want you on our website anymore. We don't want you here." I can't wait for that to happen. To be like, "Oh, what happened? What happened to your son? Oh, he was being obnoxious on the internet. I told him that there's new rules now, and he got banned for 6 months off of all Google services." It's like, whoa, really? It's like, yeah. I mean, he told a guy he was gonna, him, and it's like, whoa, you can't do that. It's like, no, of course not. It's like he didn't get permabanned. Yeah, it was just some one of his friends. You know what I mean? So I just want there to be a little more. What's the word? A little more. I shouldn't say a little more. A little less people freaking out at each other and saying crazy things, and the ability for people to have some consequence. You know what I mean? That's all I want. Just want some consequence. What are you guys laughing for? What did I do? WD says, I just stopped in for a minute to say, hey, I'm actually out at the Hard Rock Cafe putting too much money into slots. What? Okay, there you go. That's why everyone's laughing. I'm like, I didn't say anything funny. No way anyone laughed at that. But all right, good luck, buddy. WD says, if I win big, I'll be back with a super chat. Bye, guys. Hey, remember, if you're going to gamble, you should go with cards because you can win at skill. There's no skill at just gambling blind. You know what I mean? If you can win at cards, that's an honest gambler right there, in my opinion. Cool Killer says, put it all on black. Does anybody have the urge to play this game, by the way? Because I used to have a server back in the day. When I like less than a year ago, we used to have a server. And I made it so that the Patreon users got to like, oh my god, there's deer. I made it so Patreon users can like build places and hang out. And it was really fun. But then the problem was that nobody would play the game without me. And I was like, no, you guys can play it on your own too. It's fun. And they were like, no, we're only playing if you're playing. And I was like, that's kind of boring. You got to enjoy the game by yourself, because I would end up having to teach everybody things. And I was like, oh my god. It was very frustrating. Not like I hated them or anything like that. I was just like, I want to play the game. I don't want to teach every single person how to build a house 6 times in a row, you know? I was okay with it, but I didn't want to do that. All right, what do we got? We got 13 flint. Cool Killer says, seems cool. I'm on GOW. What's GOW? Gears of War? Giants of Warcraft? Gooey ooey wooey. What is GOW? I'm not aware. I'm out of touch. God of War. Oh, God of War. Okay. I almost got it. Dude, I almost got it first try. I said Gears of War. I haven't played God of War, actually. Any of them. I haven't played a single, even the old ones. It looked fun, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan of like story-driven games where you're kind of limited in what you can do. I really like exploring and kind of doing my own thing, which is why I'm picking up rocks. This is my ideal gameplay. Going out, talking to people, picking up rocks. You know what I mean? Gooey. It's crazy. I know. Ooh, what's this? See, this is what's interesting about this game. It's randomly generated. So everywhere you go, it's something new. It is a new experience. Also, look how big this map is. We've been walking around for a while. It's absolutely massive. It takes hours to go across it. Is that bigger than Minecraft? No. But is it as impressive for a game that looks like this instead of Minecraft? And I love Minecraft. I got Minecraft in alpha. When Minecraft first came out, before it came out, I bought it. I had it. I was one of the first people to play that game. I remember seeing somebody made a video for it, and I was like, I have to get this. Same thing happened with this. Oh, I'm gonna die! Oh. I didn't realize I have, like, no food in my stomach in this game. If you don't eat in this game, you are completely wimpy. So I gotta eat some food. I gotta go back to my house. Yeah, you have to, like, eat in this game. If you don't eat, you don't have any food. Stamina. You don't have stamina. And if you don't have stamina, you can't run. You can't run. You can't save yourself. And you have no health. How are you supposed to take a hit? It's pretty difficult. A lot of times people forget to eat in this game like I just did. And they'll go to fight a monster, and they go, bam! And they're just totaled. Instantly. One shot. Doesn't matter what you got on. If you don't have enough food in your belly in this game, you just get oopie-dooped. You get annihilated. You never played Minecraft? Oh, it's fantastic. It is, I would not, this is, oh, I gotta zoom in. Not an exaggeration. If you haven't played Minecraft, I would say that's equivalent to saying you've never seen Star Wars. That's like saying you've never watched Lord of the Rings. That's like saying you've never played Pokemon. You know what I mean? It's such a big part of culture, not just American culture, just world culture, that you are missing. I'm not even joking, dude. Minecraft, I think, is the #1 selling game of all time. Let me verify that after I get back to my house in this game, because I don't want to die. It's absolutely massive things. Oh, yeah. Star Wars in general. I mean, that's like its own planet. But Minecraft, a non-exaggeration, I think it has like 46 million downloads or something. It is the biggest, best-selling video game, I think, of all time. I think it might be behind Pokemon. But that's not really fair, because Pokemon has like a series of games, and they've been around for what? 20 years at this point? Whereas Minecraft's been around for 10, 15 years or something, but it's been the same single game. Updated, yes, but it's not like they're coming out with new cartridges, new updates that you have to pay for. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Phil, what's going on, buddy? How you doing? Yeah, I'll look up. I'm going the wrong way. Ah! I'm lost. Get out of here, trees. Can't wait to get my new axe. Am I full up on? Yes, I am. Okay. I got too much stuff in my inventory. Oh, you're at karaoke? Dude, I used to do karaoke all the time. I still kind of do, if you think about it. But, yeah, karaoke's fantastic. There's my crappy house. Perfect. Perfect. You saying bodies? Like Smashing Pumpkins? Nobody! Or is it let the bodies hit the floor? Alright, so we got this. We can make our new stuff. I need a flint axe. Dude, I'll never forget. I remember one time, my dad, he's in the military, and I went to go. There was this sticker that I saw somebody had, and it looked really sick. You guys ever play Zelda? You know how the bombs in Zelda, it's like it looks like a cannonball with the fuse on it. I mean, that's kind of what a bomb looks like in most games and stuff. But there was this really cool sticker one of his friends in the military had. It was this bomb, but the fuse wasn't just a fuse. It was like this really ornate, flowing, fire-looking thing. Anyways, the reason I'm telling you that is because I went to go get one of those stickers, but you had to go like through a museum-esque thing. So they give it to you for free. So I showed up at this museum kind of thing with my dad, and at the very end of it was like a 30-minute, 45-minute kind of tour. We walked in this like empty theater like auditorium kind of thing, and he goes, "You got to see this." And he presses play, and like this video shows, and it was like one of those Navy, accelerate your life kind of things, where it was like playing like airplanes flying and these guys with like camo on their faces and they're doing all these like crazy military propaganda kind of things. And the whole time I'm watching it, I'm just like, dude, I just want the sticker. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because the song they chose was "Let the Bodies Hit the Flow, Let the Bodies Hit the Flow, and that, you know what I mean? And they played that song the entire time, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is so lame. Please, God, I don't want to watch this. I just want the sticker. So anytime somebody brings that song up, I remind myself of that moment where he was, and the funny thing was, as soon as he's done, he went, "That was pretty badass, wasn't it?" And I was like, no, dude, that was like kind of lame. Like, I understand what badass things are. Like, if you watch Terminator 2, that's pretty badass. But I don't know, I thought it was just like really lame. I was like, I just want the sticker. And then I never got the sticker because I forgot to ask because I just wanted to leave. So I was really annoyed about that. All right, so I need to make another item in this game. There we go. We need the stone hoe. No, it's a good song, but it's just like, I just wanted the sticker, and I didn't want to watch a video trying to convince me to join whatever military branch they were at. I was like, nah, I'm good. My dad's in the military. I got it. I'm a musician. My hair is long. We will not get along. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. I wake up to do music every day. If you even sneeze at me loudly, I will cry. I will not be able to handle somebody yelling at me to tell me what to do. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It won't be good. Like, I'm disciplined with one thing and one thing only, and that's music. The moment I have to do anything else, it's not going to happen. So, Phil says, I'm glad you're playing Valheim. My buddy has been trying to get me to play it. Oh, it's so good. It's so good, dude. It's an incredible experience. I play it. They update the game pretty frequently. Every like 6 months or so, there's like a huge update. And then every 3 months or so, they do a small update. Or not 3 months, maybe 6 months or 2. But, you know, it's like 6 months, big update, 6 months, small update. So there's stuff in this game I have not experienced yet. So there's most of the game I know, but there could be new stuff. So right now I'm just flattening the ground to build a house. It's a fantastic game. So good. Arctic Monkeys? Yo Soy Matt? Yo Soy Matt, are you disappointed that I'm not playing as much Arctic Monkeys on the show? Have you noticed that? I had to remove some of it because it just never got requested. You'll sing Tequila. Tequila. Hey, shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Everybody say hi. Because I was actually really nervous the other day. I was like, I don't think people are going to enjoy the video game streams as much as the music streams. I was actually talking to somebody today about that. I was like, I'm going to try it today. Not sure if it's going to work. Zoe's still here. Hello. We got Coulter. What's going on, everybody? Are there any games I should be playing? Because I know Valheim's fun for me, but I don't know if it's exactly like a popular game. We got David. We got David. We got Yo Soy Matt. What's up? Somebody just left. They're like, I'm not saying hi to you. Okay. That's fair. All right, let's put the... Where are we? Which way's north? This way's north, right? Just about. Okay, so we'll make this. I like to have windows on the sides of the building so I can see what time it is. Cool Killer says, maybe the Minecraft? Maybe the Minecraft. If you want to see me play Minecraft, I can download that on this computer pretty quick, I think. Uh-oh. There's a monster in my house. Get out of my house! You just got slain! Yeah, Minecraft's fantastic. Any other games? Anything else we should play? Because keep in mind... Oh, that's right. I can't break this. I have to build my house slightly over. There's no way I'm dealing with that. Yeah, because keep in mind, this is more of a vehicle so that I can talk to people and hang out. It's less about the game. Because I remember I was trying to play Red Dead Redemption 2, And it just was not good for streaming because I had to try and pay attention to the people talking, and it was just not a good experience for people. You're playing the Quarry right now. What's the Quarry? Coulter says, let's make a server, Cool Killa. We used to have a Minecraft server, too. It was Patrick Gnarly's Nevermindcraft. I thought that was a pretty clever name. But I have the map still saved on my computer. Well, the other computer. So it's there if you guys want to see it, but yeah, I can't stream it right now. But we used to have a server before that, and then unfortunately the person running it went crazy and was not safe to run it anymore. That was really disappointing. We lost 2,000 hours of work. It was so disappointing. Absolutely, it really upset me. And I was like, no, all right, no one else is going to run this but me. I'm not trusting anybody ever again with a server. Cool Killer says, I've never played Fallout. Oh, dude, I've been playing Fallout 76 recently, too. Oh, I need more stone. Fallout 76 it was terrible. But I recently started playing it, and I was like, oh, this isn't so bad now, actually. It is mindless. It is not difficult in any direction. It is borderline like this, where you just kind of run around. But this is far more difficult. But at least in the meadows, this area I'm at, it's nice and peaceful. Later in the game, it gets difficult. But I'm so familiar with this game that sorry, I thought I heard something in the game. Oh shit! There's a bear. That's new to the game. Okay, so there's a bear over there. I can't attack that. So I knew I heard something. I was like, that's new. But I'm so familiar with the game. It's I can kind of talk while I'm doing it, and not paying attention. Have I played Uncharted 4? I actually played any of the Uncharteds. I didn't have a PS3 or a PS4 growing up. We had an Xbox at my house, Xbox 360, and I got a PS4 right before I moved out. And I was like, okay, this was a waste. Because it wasn't mine. It was the family's, so I couldn't play it. Sea of Thieves or No Man's Sky. I did want to check out No Man's Sky. That is a game I legitimately wanted to check out. Because like Fallout 76, it had a very bad reputation for a while. And it overcame that reputation by just putting the work in. It's just... Whoops. I got too much stuff in my inventory. There we go. It just overcame that reputation of being a terrible, unplayable game, and etc. So, but anyways. All right, so we can build now a proper... We used to be a proper country. A proper house. Put some floor down. I need some torches, actually. I can't see. It's very dark. There we go. Well, this is somewhat lit. It's lit. Oh, get out of my house, nerd. Get out of my house. Get out of here, you idiot. And I'll tear down my old house over there. You've heard cool things about No Man's Sky. I've heard cool things, too. A lot of people seem to really enjoy it. So I'm excited for it. So where are we going to put the fireplace? I want it facing north. So I guess I'll put it here. For now. That's because I can see. You rocked your PS2 from 2000 to 2014. That's awesome. Dude, PS2, were you guys here for the video game tier list I did? I did a video game console tier list, and it made... Some people were very, agreeing with me, and other people were like, you're sick. How could you do that? I don't remember what I put on it. It's on the other server, or the other channel. There's definitely a video of the channel. There's definitely a video on the channel of me talking about the consoles, and I think I put PlayStation 2 as number 1, if I'm not mistaken. I think I did put it as number 1 because one, there were no downsides to owning a PS2. There was no compromise. You had everything you could ever want with a game. Oh my God, is that something in the woods? Oh no, it's not. Okay. I was like, there better not be something in the woods. I'm gonna make this one wider. It's a pretty big house. Which means you need a lot of wood. But yeah, the PS2 had so many games. Cool Killer says I sold 60 PS2 games to GameStop, got $20. Dude, I hate to say it, there's probably some of those games that are worth like way more now too. Even though it's PS2. I can do you one worse, dude. My dad. It's part of the reason I'm not like in the military, obviously. My dad, he actually gave away all of our N64 and Super Nintendo games to a neighbor. We were moving, and because we moved a lot, he literally gave away all of our games. And I remember we were like, what happened? He's like, I gave them away to the neighbors. And I was like, dude, some of those games are worth like $60 to $100. Like today. We had some serious games. We had some serious games, dude. It was insane. Yeah, my brother was more of the gamer than I was. Like, I loved playing video games, but he like would mow lawns to get money to buy Xbox games and stuff. And I was just, like, okay, I guess I'm going to play this now. I'm your brother. I get to play this now, too. It's part of the deal. So my parents were just like, let your brother play. So I got to play all these games for free. And I was like, heh. But that being said, my brother was mostly cool with it. He used to yell at me a lot. But it was fun. A lot of games. I got to play a lot of games. I don't think I would have ever done anything besides music. Yeah, that's the only thing I've ever like actually wanted to spend money on or try, put myself, apply to it, etc. We need a steeper ceiling. Is that the steeper ceiling? I think it is, actually. Okay. Yeah, N64. What do you guys think? N64 or PlayStation 2? Or who didn't have any of those? All right, we're going to have a three-way vote. PS2, N64, even though that's kind of a, generation behind a little bit. PS2, N64, or were you too young for it? I'm going to put something in the chat. Is there a poll? Where's the poll? There it is. Console wars. That's when they were actually wars. Let's see. N64, PS2, and then add option. I'm a baby. Somebody's like, I'm not a baby! Why would you say that? Dude, there was somebody recently. I'm not going to name names, but there's somebody recently. I was asking them, because I was like, sometimes you talk to somebody online, you're like, something's not adding up here. And I think I made a quip, which is like a comment in like a slightly snarky, negative way. But I was like, are you old enough to be here? And they were like, I'm actually old enough to be here for sure. Like in a way over the top reply. And I was like, yeah, you're not old enough to be here. And then I think I looked at their profile, and I was like, yeah, you're a little kid. What are you talking about? It was one of those, like, little kid, I'm not a baby. And they're like 7 or something, or 6. And you're like, you're a little kid. Shush. Stop it. Will you just stop it? All right, so N64 seems to be winning. 50% of the vote. We got some we got some babies in the chat. Uh-oh. Yeah, if you're too young for a console, what did you play? I would like to know what you played. My cell phone. Sorry, that was an easy one. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make funny. But it was really easy. I used to play Jelly Car on my iPod Touch before smartphones were a thing. That was like cutting edge, amazing technology back in the day. I remember everyone's like, "What is that?" It's like, it's an iPod Touch. Like, no, it's not. What is that? This is how old, or new the technology was. I used to use it in my classrooms in high school, and people would be like, are you allowed to do that? And I was like, it's a graphing calculator. Because I had a graphing calculator, app. And the teacher was like, oh, okay. And then I would just go on, YouTube and stuff. It was so good, man. Dude, Jelly Car was awesome. I love it. Game Boy Advance. That was a great one. I never really got into the Nintendo DS. I know there's some diehard DS people, I liked it, but I just never fell in love with it. Like the Game Boy Advanced, I had a couple of games for sure. Never fell in love with it. Yeah, even the 3DS, that was kind of after my time. I'm out of wood, and I don't have a door. Oh yeah, we got a little house over here. We can get this. As a kid, we were only allowed to play Wii Fit. That's technically not a game. And now we have a Nintendo Switch. Close enough. You had a 3DS? Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense, Zoe. See, I know people who kind of had limitations, shall I say. Oh, what am I doing? I have a hammer. I can just... What's nice in this game is you can just delete stuff that you built. So you don't have to like spend a ton of time destroying it. Like in Minecraft, you can't do that. You have to like physically remove each block, and it's really annoying. I'm on fire! Ah! Sorry. It was an accident. That was a test. You have an OLED Switch? I have not used OLED yet. I was actually considering getting an OLED monitor, and they're cheaper now, but they're still kind of expensive. So I was like, I'll be responsible. I'll just build a whole computer. Yeah, I got to build that was the crazy thing. I don't think you guys realize I had to save up for quite a bit of time to get that computer. Now everything runs perfectly fine, which is... Shout out to everybody in the chat who donated even $1. Thank you. Big thank you to Cool Killa, by the way. Cool Killa and Michael G definitely rose to the occasion. We're like, hey, this is a good episode. We're going to help you out. And without that final push, I would not have been able to build that computer. So the show must go on. So thank you guys again for that. I appreciate you. Unbelievable that anybody would even consider being like, oh, you need a new computer? Okay, well, here's a couple bucks. Keep doing the show. So it's a fantastic moment. So again, thank you guys for enabling me to not only have the computer to fix, because there were some audio problems. Remember Ableton kept crashing? Yeah, the stream was hurting so bad with that old PC. Oh yeah, there were some issues. And that was not an old PC. I have another computer that I built for somebody, and they gave it back to me. And that computer is like... Well, no, I built it for myself years ago. I'm like 10 years ago. Is it 10 years ago? No, it wasn't 10 years ago. It's probably like... No, I think it was 10 years. 2015. Man. I'm getting old! Yeah, about 2015 I built it. And then I was like, I need to get something better. I need to do something. I need to be more serious about this. Then I built the second computer. And I still have the first computer running fine. It's just old. It's slow. But it's like, it works. Dude, that would be a funny episode. I destroy the old PC. Now that I would feel morally against. Because that computer definitely is working. And I don't like to break stuff on the show that like is functional. You know, because everybody always complains about the computers getting smashed. Or not computers, the guitars being smashed. And I don't think you guys realize those things are total... We need a censor button. Hold on. Can I get a censor? Boop. Bleep. We need a censor bleep. I need that on the psh right away. Also, did anybody notice it's 60 frames per second? We couldn't do that with the old PC. Woo! $700 goal. That would be insane. I wouldn't do that. But I did throw that around because I need to get a GPU for this computer. That is something I was talking about with some people in real life. My cousin, who's getting married soon, so shout out to my cousin. Thank you for inviting me to the wedding. I know that it's family, but hey, not everybody's close. But yeah. So, anyways, he lives near a micro center, and if you know anything about micro center, you actually get pretty decent deals on computer stuff. We can make a sacrifice. It is time. It has been decided. Okay, so we need a door. Did I get wood, or am I just talking still incessantly? Oh yeah, we got wood. We're good. But yeah, so I'm thinking if I wanted to be smart. Now, hear me out, everybody. Hear me out. Here's the idea. what I wanted to do was get a 9070 XT. If you don't know, that GPU is about, it should be 550, which is like, that's quite a bit of money. But because computer stuff and gamers are annoying and mining and AI and all this stuff, all those computer parts, MSRP, it might as well not even exist. So like a 9070 now used to be $800 until recently. I was like, that's outrageous. But the prices have went down. I think the lowest priced one's like $660. So it's like, if I save up, if we smash enough guitars, we can get a new graphics card for this, and then we'll have no problems. Because this game right now is running not 1080p, it's running 720p because this computer does not have a good graphics card. And the idea is that while yes, I could take whatever was running on the old computer and put it in here, that thing is 5 years old now. So it runs, but it's probably going to die eventually, and I don't want to die on the show. So it'll be crazy. But yeah, so I'm thinking I could get a 9060, which is a much more inexpensive. I think those are like $350 or $400. One more flu stream and we're there. Pretty much. That was a great show. That was probably the best show we've ever done. If I hadn't gotten immediately sick after that, it would have been awful. Or I would have been way better, but still, what a great experience. That was so funny. We literally dunked on it. I still haven't posted that. Oh, we need stone. That's what we need. I still haven't posted that footage on, because like, you have to make shorts. You have to make stuff to promote your streams. They say, and this I agree with, half of your stream should be you streaming, and the other half should you be making like little short clips and promoting it by posting it other places. And I completely agree with that. I got to get rested. So here's another mechanic of this game is you have to get rested. You'll see in the top right it says resting, like right up there. So if you don't get rested, it's crazy. You have so many debuffs. You have to get buffed with that, so you have to get rested. But yeah, so anyways, bottom line is what I'm saying is we're gonna try to stream our brains out and really try and get that graphics card so we can do more stuff like this, because this is adequate, but I want the full experience for you guys. Because if we play something other than Valheim, like I played Fallout 76 on this just to see if it would work, and it was like it was terrible. So we'll get there. But yeah. But anyways, I'm not saying anybody do anything more. I'm just saying I have to do more. I have to be able to put on a good show so that everybody is like, yay, I don't feel like this is unnecessary. It's like I just want to be able to put on a good show, have everybody have a good time. And then that's the other thing too. I always feel so guilty when one person really fuels the show. I'm like, is your back okay? Like, I wish other people would step in, because like they don't have to request a song if they don't want to. If they want to send a $1 or $2 or something like that, just to be like, I like the show, because we had a couple of people do that today, which was very good. I was very happy about that. Oh, I have to get rid of the poll. Yeah, I always feel bad when everybody. Do you ever notice how people do that on the show too? They'll be like, hey, could somebody donate for me? And I'm like, oh. I get it, but I'm like, that's so disrespectful to people that are already requesting stuff. Like, gotta cut them some slack. You know what I mean? That's why whenever somebody says, hey, you pick the song, I'm like, no, I'll let you guys pick. I am just here to play music and enjoy my time and put on a good show and put good experience. I don't want to like put myself first on the show. That just seems wrong to me. You guys are literally enabling this. You know what I mean? No, it's true. It's true. Because, like, dude, there's so many other streamers that I watch. Like, there was a guy. Hold on. Let me show you guys. I took a screenshot of this dude. I was so annoyed. There's a guy who was just not a joke. He was sitting down and not playing music. He wasn't answering questions. He had a thing above his head on TikTok that said, like, galaxies received 0 out of 1. I remember watching this guy, and what happened is somebody sent him a galaxy, and he went, thank you so much, and he's like, I'll write your name on my thing. He took out like 7 drum pads with names covering them, and I was like, all he was doing was like practicing some drum stuff, and I was like, dude, you're not doing anything. Here he is. Oh, I don't want to put his screen name on there, but yeah, look at it. You could see the stack. Can you guys see that? You could see the stack of drum pads. And he's just, all he's doing is practicing. He's not really talking. And then somebody will send him a galaxy and he'll go, oh, thank you so much. And then he writes his name and then he goes back to not doing anything. That always makes me so upset. Because for one thing, I feel like it's taking advantage of anybody who's like very generous or giving. Because it makes him think like, oh, he hasn't gotten a gift, or he hasn't gotten a galaxy, or he hasn't gotten something. And I'm like, no. And here's the other thing too. He's welcome to do that. You know, if he feels like that's what he wants to do, then by all means. I would never do that. That bothers me. Because like, what's the point? There's so many people that are out there that are like putting on talent, or they're trying hard to be entertaining or tell stories or do something that's worth your time. And there's other people that aren't, and it just bothers me. Cool Killer says, I was also hooked immediately, joined in February. Oh, are you guys talking about this? Oh, that's the other thing too. A lot of people say on the show, you're the only person who talks to us. And I'm like, I barely talk during the music part. So Phil says, you're the only person I've ever donated to, Pat. You're just better. Thank you, dude. Thank you. Can we get some thumbs up in the chat? I'm going to do this. Hold on. We got to get some thumbs up. Emoji. Thank you, guys. Again, there's 15 people in here. So if you're watching and you're having a good time, you know, you don't have to say anything. But, you know, we're cool people. We hang out. We have a good time. The Cool Killers. Yeah, let's just slam it. Patrick Gnarly and company. You are the company. Thank you for being here. Yeah. And that's the other thing, too, is I don't know if you guys noticed this, too, but I got rid of the question. I used to have a super chat for questions. And some people complained about that. And I was like, you know what? I guess they're right. If they want to ask questions on there, good luck. But, you know, I'm not going to tell people not to. So that's why another reason I wanted to start this channel is because I wanted to be more talking, more hangout, more collaborative, so to speak. At least in my opinion. So, yeah, I wanted it to be something to do after the shows and not get in the way. Because I feel like it gets in the way of the music, and you can tell sometimes I get annoyed because I'm like, people want to play. I get flustered so bad on that. I really just want to put on a good show, and then sometimes people ask for, you know, this song, and then another person asks for, can I change my song, or can we do that? I'm like, oh no, because I can't. I'm very bad at, like, you guys think I'm good at this. No, this is just, if you've done something for 2 years, it's like either you get somewhat better at it or not. So, hey, Cool Kill is the first person to send a super chat on the channel. Hold on. Oh, I can't play any copyrighted music on here. Because that's another point I had to make. Because if I play copyright music on here, it causes problems. So, WD says, I didn't win! No! Cool Killer says, thoughts on tellies? I've never owned one. I really like tellies. I don't own any. I've bought so many tellies. I think I've bought like 6 Telecasters over the years. I've never kept them because I find them a little more uncomfortable. And for some reason, I just never loved them. I had an American Standard from 2009 or something, 2006. Actually, I keep a list. This is something I do. That's a crazy streamer thing. Is that sometimes I'll answer questions ahead of time just in case somebody asks me. Like if somebody says, name all the guitars you've owned, I have that in here. So hold on. If I type Telecaster, it should pop up. Yep, gear and guitars I've owned. I owned a Ash Telecaster made in Mexico. I owned a FSR Butterscotch Telecaster, another Mexican-made one. American Standard 2016 Telecaster. I owned a crafted in Japan 1962 reissue Telecaster. I also owned a made in Mexico one that my drummer, he left at my house for a couple weeks. So I've owned a couple of them. Oh, and I really wanted to buy a Baja Telly, a road-worn 50s Telly. I played those for a bit. I really liked those. I've owned a bunch. So, Cool Killer says, I'd like a thin line. Oh, the natural one? Oh, those are excellent. Those are a sleeper. I think a lot of people kind of look at them because they're like, that's not quite a telly. Oh, it's different than a Telecaster. Well, yeah, it's cool. I don't think they look good, but I think they sound incredible. I think they are such a good idea. There was a guy, I was at a guitar shop a month ago because I had to return something because I was like, I wanted to buy this for the show and it didn't work. But I went to a guitar shop and a guy was selling a real thin line Telecaster. It was so cool. I told him to get the hell out of there. I said, go find somebody who'll pay full price for that, buddy. He didn't listen to me. I don't think anybody wanted it for the price he was trying to sell it or something. But I was like, dude, you need to sell that. You need to go somewhere else. Like, don't sell that here. Not that I didn't like the place, but I don't think they deserved it. All right, we got rocks we're finding. The George Harrison telly looks great, but it's so expensive. Oh, yeah. I actually hear George Harrison didn't even like it that much. He played it because he liked Fender, and he liked the guitar, but he didn't love it. It is cool, though, the Rosewood. I hear they're massively heavy. Do you guys... I got a question for you. Without looking it up, what is the harder wood? What is the more denser wood? Rosewood or maple? I did not know this until recently. My whole world is turned upside down because of this. WG says maple. Anybody else? Anybody else have a guess? Maple, rosewood. It's rosewood. I did not know this. Rosewood is apparently the harder wood. Like, when I say harder, I mean like it resists like bending. I didn't know that. I thought they call it rock hard American maple. Why would they say that? Apparently it's not as it's hard, but it's not that hard. It's like in the middle. Like there's like so many other woods. Heavier? No, I don't know about that, but I know that it sounds weird, but like it kind of makes sense. Like let me tell you something. My maple Strat, the neck on it. When I heard about that, I was like, really? And I went to my Rosewood Strats because most of my other like Fenders are Rosewood. Yeah, it makes a difference. I was like, oh, maple versus Rosewood necks. Maple ages way better. Maple looks better the longer you own it. Rosewood looks worse the longer you own it, but it stays good. It goes from really good to good. Maple goes from most people don't like it that much to the better looking neck. Here, I'll show you a picture. I'll show you a picture of what maple looks like. Now we're getting to guitar stuff. Maple custom shop relic. Oh. I like ebony too. Ebony's sick looking. But let me tell you something. God, I want to play that song now. Okay. Here we go. Here's a perfect example. We'll get a Telecaster too for Cool Killer. Here's a 1954 Telly. Oh, gorgeous. Gorgeous. Absolutely amazing looking. All right, thank you for that. We'll go to paint, pull that up, and then we'll do a side-by-side. Rosewood is definitely beautiful. I prefer rosewood just because it's uniform. But if I could get an aged... Oh, that's an even more beautiful one. Gorgeous. Because it gets darker, and it lightens up. Thank you for doing that again. I love it so much. All right, and then we'll do a side-by-side of rosewood. We got a Strat, we got a Telly. Yeah, if you can get an old maple fretboard, oh, so good. Rosewood. We'll just pick any rosewood. Strat. There we go. That's beautiful. The color combination is important too. Oh, pfft. There we go. Let me tell you something. All right, here we go. Here's another one. Do the Strat next to the Strat. Telly. All right, I've almost got it done. That'll be fine. Oh, no, we want a Telly. Rosewood Telly. Fingerboard. There we go. We got it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Stop doing that. Okay, there we go. I have a whole image here. Save. Cool. We'll pull this up. I know I'm not playing the game right now, but I want to show you guys what I'm talking about. All right, so images. He's lightning fast. There we go. You tell me which one you think looks cooler. Okay? All right, pal? I'll make it a little bit bigger, too. You tell me which one of these fingerboards, where the frets are. You tell me which one looks sick. The rosewood looks great. Especially with the clay dots, because it's like a little darker material. Look at that telly, though. Oh, it's so cool. Come on, man. That thing's badass. I like the top left, dude. I like the telly with the wear marks. But, dude, it looks so good. Come on. I love rosewood. But, dude, come on. That telly looks sick. You guys like the bottom left? Go for it. It's got the anodized aluminum pickguard. Looks like gold or brass. But yeah, it's just side-by-side strats. You get an old strat with like a nice aged fingerboard. Call it a day. I'm telling you. Calling it a day. All right, so we got some food in my game. Yeah, get yourself a custom shop telly. Or build yourself a telly. Yeah, WD's got a nice telly. What year's your telly again? It's a 60s? What is it, 70? What was it again? I don't remember. The top right looked pretty crisp. Mid 59. Okay. I was completely off. That's insane. 60, but that's what it was. Okay, I was like, I don't remember. I remember being something different. Yeah, kids these days don't understand vintage instruments. Man, can you believe that? That neck and that body, Leo Fender probably touched your guitar. He probably was in the room when it was being built. He probably took a look at it. Never happen again. It'll never happen again. It's gone. I'll never meet Leo Fender or Les Paul. It makes me so sad I'll never get to meet them. Thoughts on Brad Paisley's Paisley Tellies? Dude, I was watching a video of Rick Beato talk about his Telecasters and stuff. Crazy. That's so funny. I think the Paisley. Have you guys seen? All right, we gotta do another one. There's a Paisley Paisley Under. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, custom shop. We'll look up a Strat because I think it looks cool. They have one where they have paint over the Paisley, so it like comes out. Oh, so damn cool. All right, we're doing another one of these. I hate that noise. I wish it wouldn't do that. All right, I'll take a nice little group shot. It's gonna make that noise again. Oh, with the aged maple too. Ugh. Yeah, you gotta go aged maple if you're getting a custom shop, man. Oh. All right, I gotta show you guys this. These are all the same, pretty much the same guitar, but I want it so bad. It's so cool. It's ridiculous. It's outrageous, inconceivable, unethical. Look at this thing. Look how cool that is with the Paisley coming out. Oh! It's like a God, it's so, whoever thought of that's genius. Look at that. See what I mean though with the rosewood versus the maple? The maple looks dark and cool. Can you buy something better than that? I don't think so. Because as you play that, what's going to happen is your sweat and your arm and your pick is going to wear away that top coat, and it's going to look good. You got to buy one. Yeah, they have a couple different versions of that. There's one of the Seafoam Green, for example. That also looks sick because of the complementary colors. Well, we'll press save on that. Look at that. Oh. It looks like it belongs on a Pop-Tart. Like a wild berry Pop-Tart looking Strat. Again, with the maple. It's so good looking. God. I want the white one, though. That one looks pretty cool. But that one's also sick. Dreams. I dream of guitars. All right, so we should have plenty of rocks now. 13 rocks. We need more. I require more minerals. We require more minerals. Oh, Coulter's got to go? All right, see you, buddy. For anybody just joining us, we're kind of talking about guitars, music, but I'm playing a game just to have some visual aspect of it. You know, something to entertain your eyes while also talking and answering questions. And just, you know, giving opinions. But yeah, as far as Paisley Tellys, dude, so cool. Love them. But you got to get a custom shop, pretty looking, you know, changed top coat kind of thing. Oh, whoever, I don't know. You know what's even funnier is, you know how that started is laziness. They were like, we have 100 three-tone sunburst Strats. If you want a custom color, we'll repaint it for you. And they just said, we're not going to remove the paint. We'll just, as is. We'll just, and then as your arm wore away, you're like, whoa, that's a cool color. Like my Jaguar, I put the black electric tape on it, but it has that red coming through. I think that looks awesome. It looks evil. Yeah. Love it. It's so cool. Best. I got a lot of shit when I did that in the beginning. People were like, how could you do that? And I was like, because it's mine. And I'm not a big candy apple red guy. It's not bad. I don't love it. I'm like, why did you buy it then? It's like, it's a great guitar. I just don't like the color. I wanted a Lake Placid blue one, and I got one eventually. All right, so where are we at? We just got to go this way. Hey, mama said the way you move, gonna make you sweat, gonna make you groove. Get out of here. These rocks. These are my rocks. You understand? These are my rocks. But yeah, but as far as, just to circle back, as far as the AI music goes, the whole problem I had, and what I'm going to talk about in the video probably, is I really didn't want people to think that using whatever tools you have is bad. I think it's bad to rely on the tools and to be disingenuous about it. That's it. I think that there's tremendous art out there. I think there's tremendous music. But relying too much on one tool like that and then not telling your fan base about it is terrible. Because in the comments, people were like, oh, no, he's a real musician. He made all this. And I'm like, no, dude, that's AI. In the comments, it was really sad. Just like, did anybody see the video I made on the main channel about the guys that would like make fake guitar videos? Did you guys see that? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, if you have not seen that, let me know. Because that was very annoying. I was very upset about that. I very rarely do I make opinion videos because, like, I just want to make music. I don't want to be known as the opinion guy. Well, this guy always tells people about his opinions. I don't want to do that. But in that case, I was like, no, that's wrong. So Matt, you said you saw it? Also, you almost bought a Les Paul? Oh, you could get a deal on red Les Pauls. That's like a thing. Yeah, like there was a guy, if you haven't seen the video, bottom line is, the guy would like record his guitar parts separate from the video, which, okay, you can mime along to stuff. I don't have a problem with miming. But he was writing the songs and recording it and then acting like he was playing it live. That's when I was like, okay, again, deception. I do not like it when people lie about stuff like that. If you are deceiving your audience, what is the point? Why are you trying to make something? Because it's like you're relying on the fact people think you're actually writing it like that, and you're not. That's what makes it deceptive. That's what makes it bad. A vinyl wrapped guitar, Cool Killer. Oh, you have? I would love to see pictures of that. Have you shown that? I would like to see pictures on the Discord of that. I really wanted to do, you know, out in the sneaker community, because I used to collect sneakers for a while. Now I don't, because it's kind of it's like a huge scam. But the idea is that I wanted them to, like Fender. I wanted Fender to implement what's it called? M3, where it's like the reflective colors and stuff. I thought they could make guitars with logos, the M3 like reflective, like light. When you take a picture, like running shoes have that, so you can see at night. I always wanted Fender to do that, or like a pick guard with that material, so that, like when you take a picture, it's like boom, super bright. I thought that would be really interesting. Yeah, that's definitely something I wanted them to do. We gotta get some food here. Oh, we gotta delete this fire. We gotta put a fire down. I want 2. I want 2 fires. Then we need a cooking station. There we go. I already have it selected. Duh. You could fit more than 3 on these, but it gets kind of jumbled when you're cooking stuff. Vinyl wraps. Oh, yeah. And you know what's funny, too, is they Fender uses GM paint codes for their, like, finishes. Like, cars and guitars are right there, dude. Absolutely. Yeah. I always thought that would look really cool. They need to invest more into the style of guitars, because we've kind of already maxed out their playability, and we've kind of already maxed out a lot of the tropes, I guess you could say, with guitar. I think if we started adding some really cool designs with them, because they're already done. Like, Strats are the most comfortable guitar in the world. Les Pauls are also very comfortable. SGs. We've already got everything. Super Strats. They're already done. So the move is to make them look distinct and very cool. That's the move, in my opinion. Get some good paint jobs. Get some, like, why can't we have a graphite neck? Or like a, not graphite, carbon fiber. Let's get carbon fiber all up on these, dude. Come on. It's stronger. It's lighter. I want to see a carbon fiber neck Strat. That's what I want. I don't want to ever have to adjust the truss rod on my Strat neck ever again. I want stainless steel frets, carbon fiber neck, and then just make it look like maple. Maybe they could do that thing where it wears away so it looks like a robot. You know what I mean? Can we get that, Fender? Next year, Fender's new guitar, the Terminator series. And it's like, what? Carbon fiber, dude. You don't even have to make it look like carbon fiber. Make it look like maple. Because they had the photo flame thing. Let's get some carbon fiber out there. All right, so we got food. We're going to cook all this. Oh, I don't have that much food. Whatever. Oh, I didn't finish the roof either. He's a madman. Yeah, we're gonna do one of these roofs. We're gonna make a goober roof, because you gotta have like a chimney. If you don't have a chimney in this game, the smoke can't get out, and the smoke can't get out, you die. So you gotta have a roof. There we go. See, it's got some places that are the smoke to escape. It's fine. It's off center, but it's... Oh, I burned my food! Ah! I hate this. WD says, what do you guys think of the robotic tuners that Gibson and the few others were doing? Oh, the G-Force tuners and stuff like that? They weren't bad. I just think the problem that they ran into... I mean, I didn't use them that often, ever. But the problem was is they didn't offer it as a separate thing. They made you buy it. 3 times. They were like, you have to buy this. And people were like, no, I don't want this. All right, we're going to reverse this. So as the smoke wasn't coming out. You know what I'm saying? There we go. This roof might have some issues too. There we go. Now it's a place for the smoke to get out. It's fine. All right. All right, so we can get out of here. It's kind of a goofy little house. Weren't those Les Pauls with those tuners like 9,000? I don't remember, actually. I remember when they came out with the GeForce tuners, I just remember everybody being like, where are the standard Les Pauls? The problem was the naming, too, because they had the Les Paul Traditional, and people wanted it to be called the Standard, and people didn't realize that the Standard was like the new Standard. They should have called it the Modern. They should have had the Standard and the Modern. The Standard was just a regular run-of-the-mill Les Paul. And the Modern should have had all that stuff on it, which they're doing now. So, still no robot stuff, probably because the R&D completely ruined the entire experience for everybody. But all right, so what do we got here? So we got the wood. Oh, we need a bow. Oh, we need leather. That's what we need. So we got to go kill some animals. Cool Killer says, I emailed you a picture of the vinyl wrap guitar. Oh, I'm going to look at that now. We're going to look at that now. Or at least I am. Let's see here. Oh, I'm not signed in on there. Okay, I'll use my phone. Yeah, Gibson has a bad habit, or they did, where they would like just make changes and not say anything. It was very frustrating for a lot of people. There I am. Oh, you did a carbon fiber looking, color change looking. What is that? Like a chameleon? Dude, that's badass. What is that, an LTD? Yeah, it is. What is that, a 401 or something? 4270. Yeah, we got LTD. Oh, you got different pickups in it, too. You got Duncan's. I like the yin yang. We'll show the class. Hey! Cool Killer emailed it to me. If Cool Killer wanted it public, it'd be on the Discord. EC50 Eclipses, baby. Dude, I gotta say, LTD has some of the best like improvements on American ideas, I think, of all the companies. I do wish that they were more consistent with what they decided. You can show them. Okay, I was waiting for you to say something. I'm being attacked! Okay, hold on. I'm gonna show on this. I'm gonna show on the screen. Okay, I'll show you guys what it looks like. Yeah, here we go. Here's what it looks like. Hold on. Oh, sorry, you can't tell. I gotta change cameras. It's too bright. I don't get the clown thing, to be honest. Oh, it's sideways. I don't get the clown thing, to be honest, but you know, it's pretty cool, dude. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. That's not what it looks like. Get trolled. All right, no, this is what it looks like. Isn't that sick? Reflection. There we go. Isn't that great looking? I don't know if you can tell by the color. Hold on. Let me make it a little bit brighter. Oh! Open my notepad. Can you see? I don't have my email on this computer set up. I'd have to log in and find a password and all that stuff. I think it looks great. It'll make it a little bit brighter. Is that better? Oh, there you go. You get the color. Super cool. I was waiting for Cool Killer to be like, "Don't show them!" I was gonna be like, "Okay, sorry. Don't you show anybody that. That is secret. That is for us. Oh, is the matching headstock too? All right, very nice. See, I wanted my Jaguar. I wanted this to be having a matching headstock too. I actually bought the paint and did everything. I have like the nitro finish and all that stuff. Not actually a big nitro guy, to be honest. It's pretty cool where it wears away, but it is actually the slowest of all the materials. Like if you put your hand, this is not a joke, this is pretty funny. If you put your hand on each one of these guitars, just by rubbing it, seeing which one catches your like finger sweat or like maybe just like the oils, the satin is just like whoop. The poly, it's like whoop. And then the nitro is like whoop. It's pretty clear. It's pretty crazy. So. Oh, there's 2 photos. Oh, hold on. I did not notice that. Oh, you're right. It is a matching headstock with the logo. Now I'm inspecting your room. Look, you guys do it to me too, so it's like looking through all your stuff. I see Halloween. I'll show the class. Look at the matching headstock. Whoops, 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 whoops. Why is it so bright in the picture? What's going on here? Camera. Can you see it? It's matching. Oh, you can see the infrared light. That's pretty weird. Okay. Can you see it? Whoops, whoops, whoops. Hold on. Go back to the game. All right. Yeah, that's very cool. We used to do a toast or roast on the show, too. A lot of people really liked that. But unfortunately, when I say toast or roast, we would do a thing where we would have people post their gear, and I would like rate it. I'd say if it's good. I almost always toasted. Like, oh yeah, let's get a toast here. Very rarely would I roast something if it was like a terrible picture, their feet were like in the picture prominently or something weird. I would always try to support anybody who posted anything on there. But I think we had to stop doing it because people kept reposting their stuff. And also, people had a lot of the same gear. And one person, I remember this, I feel bad about this. There was this girl who posted her guitar, and I think we stopped. We stopped the stream, we came back, and they were like, you were supposed to do mine next. She had something that looked exactly the same as somebody else, and I said, I already did that. She's like, no, you didn't. And I was like, yes, I did. I already did that guitar. Why are you posting it again? And we weren't like being mean, but we were like, I was definitely like agitated, so I was not coming off as very polite. So, but yeah, she was right, but I felt bad about that. But yeah, it was just a lot of stuff. Very annoying. Cool Killer says, already did that. What are you talking about? The toaster roast? Were you in the toaster roast? I don't remember that. Or are you just responding to somebody else? But yeah, a lot of people would repost their stuff, and that got really old really fast. Also, the whole aspect of like, oh, Logan's mom. I was like, I don't remember seeing your guitar. What are you talking about? I have been wrong before. Like I just said, somebody said that they saw or that I had a guitar. It was the same one. Yeah, I feel bad. She got mad at me, which is like, hey, it's fair. But to be fair, I was talking about the same guitar as somebody else, so it was like easy to get mixed up. And I think the better response would have been, no, you did a guitar that looked just like mine, but she didn't know either, so that's why she was very confused. So the answer was neither of us were wrong. I did do the guitar already; it just wasn't hers. So I feel bad about that. I think the person's name was Jay. So Jay, if you're watching this ever, sorry about that. So it was a mistaken identity situation. But to all the other people that were just reposting their stuff to get me to do it again, get out of here. WD says, was Logan really upset. Oh, dude, he like went into the Discord. Did you not know about this? That's why we kind of bring it up a lot. Somebody named Logan, what's funny is this wouldn't be a running joke if they hadn't done this, in my opinion. But Logan, or I don't even know if their name's Logan, to be honest. I don't remember. But somebody sent me a message on the Discord after I made I'll often make your mom jokes to people being rude. But somebody was I think they were being rude, or they were like spamming the chat, or they were asking for something. You know, they're just being obnoxious. And I said a your mom joke to them, and then, if I remember correctly, we all just started ragging on him. But that was for like one part of the show, and then we never did it again. And then Logan came onto the Discord and was like, I wonder if I can get the exact message. The bottom line was, Logan was like, hey, Patrick, I really like your show. You're an incredible musician. I'm having a great time. Please stop bringing up my mom on the show. Thank you. It came off as very much like guy who brings books to guy who brings all of his books to every class type guy. You know what I mean? Like never goes to his locker. It was the very guy who tells the teacher that they forgot to assign homework energy. Yeah, just super. But what was funny was I was like, all right, it's fine, whatever. And then everybody just dogged him. Cool Killer, are you on the Discord? I can't remember if you like just happenstance like just made fun of the guy or I brought it up. I can't remember. Microwave hot dog kind of guy? Hey, I microwave hot dogs. What's up? What's up, dog? Put it in the pan's good, but microwave gets done quick. What's up? What's up? Come here. Come here. What are you talking? What are you talking about? Microwaving hot dogs? You don't like that? You don't like seeing them explode? Huh? Say it to my face. Say it to my face. You don't like microwaving hot dogs? You might. I bet you talk trash about people microwaving water when they want to make tea. Say it to my face. Just kidding. I'm under attack. No, for sure. Putting a hot dog in a pan is the best way. The best. Oh, you're projecting. You know what's funny is I made a hot dog just the other day, and I was like, "This is the second time Cool Killer has brought up something I did recently." Where are the cameras? No, there's no cameras in my kitchen yet. I was thinking about becoming like a 24-hour streamer. Like, what's that dude? Is it Kai Sanat? Is that his name? I've never seen any of his content. However, I do know that he is like a streamer that does like long streams. And I was like, that seems like not a bad idea. So that would be cool. You guys could see me cook something. Have me talk about cooking. Because I love cooking too. Oh, I got to get this stuff. Hold on. We need to get rid of some of these rocks. Yeah, because I love cooking. But then again, I don't know if I would be able to do that in this house. It'd be pretty crazy. All right, so we should have enough stuff now. How much leather we got? 5. I think we need 12. We're looking for more of those boars. Also, I got to figure out a way to get the chat to be on the window again, because that's important. Man, I'll tell you what, this computer's running so well. Even without a graphics card, it's running just fine. But I do know for me to like play this game at a better resolution, because it looks good to you guys, because it's like on a cell phone. The screen is like this big, or like the window. Who's near me? Oh, the deer. So it does not look good. And if I make it any bigger, it runs pretty bad. It's like 30 FPS, pretty bad. WD says, if you eat mustard, don't trust you. Bro, I eat Dijon. What's up? I got Dijon mustard. Wah! Oh, I got the deer. I'm the greatest of all time. You know what's funny? Part of the reason I tried Dijon mustard is because of Obama. Obama was at a hot dog place or something, and people started making fun of him for ordering a hot dog with Dijon. They were like, "Who does this guy think he is?" And I was like, "I've never had Dijon mustard, Obama." Let me be clear. Do you have Dijon mustard? I don't know. I just thought it was something. I was like, I'll try it, and I actually really enjoyed it. So yeah, it's like a more, what's that? Like acidic. It's got vinegar in it. It's pretty good. I like it. Cool killer. You're not getting me with that one, bud. Oh, that's a good one though. I've actually had to read stuff ahead of time before I say it on the stream. There's people with like crazy names. And I was like, okay, what's the answer to that? Okay, before I say anything. All right, got it. Some people almost get me sometimes. And of course, I'm fallible. Like, there's going to be a moment where I screw up. Somebody's going to get me, but... Love it. It's a great time to be alive, folks. Dude, somebody got somebody recently with one of those. And I mean, they just annihilated them. I was like, I couldn't believe it. They would have got me, but luckily I didn't say anything. Because anytime somebody asks you like a weird open-ended question like that, you know something's up. I can't remember what they said though. So good. There's those are some of the funniest jokes to get your friends with. That's like, I remember when I used to play Xbox, like Xbox Live. Dude, being on Xbox when I was a kid, that was like one of the realest. Like, before you go on the internet, if you go on Xbox Live, back in the day, people were the crudest, cruelest, insane people. Because nowadays, obviously, there are some safeguards. Back then, there were zero. Zero. You could say anything. And it was just absurd. Wow, I'm like really far away from my base. It was absurd being on the internet and talking to people. I was like a kid, too. I was like 12, maybe? 13? Maybe? I don't know. But yeah, just hearing just fully grown adults talk to you as if you were a sailor in the Navy or something. Just the craziest thing in the world. Being on the internet. The Wild West. Call of Duty lobbies. Oh yeah, I'm sure. All of it was insane. Oh, I gotta go back to my base. It's like nighttime. Uh-oh. Time to run. Oh, I gotta eat food too. This game sucks. I'm gonna get oopie doop, dude. I'm gonna get wombo comboed. Wombo combo. Happy feet. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, we got kind of lucky. If you grew up in the Wild West of the internet, a lot of that history is gone. A lot of that history is gone. I went on MySpace to check out my old MySpace profile. Most of the stuff I had on there is completely gone. Which kind of makes me sad because there's a lot of pictures of me when I was like... There's definitely a period of time of my life where there's not many pictures. And I would say that's aged like 12 or like 11 to 17. Because when Facebook came out, I remember when Facebook was up, or at least public, most of my pictures are on there now. But there's like a huge era of my life where it's just, there's like no record. Oh yeah, it got absolutely, it got trounced, dude. It got baked to a crisp. All right, what else we got? We got more food? Yeah, we got food. All right, don't let me burn this. This is a game where you actually have to pay attention to stuff. It's really frustrating. Oh, I just put a bunch of wood in the fire. Dang it. This is why I put some space between them, because if you put them too close, it's hard to get the food out. Yeah, HTML. Dude, that was really fun. Yo, HTML. That was a nice little feature. Having some individuality with your pages. Nowadays, nowadays. But that was the nice part about Facebook, is people couldn't like make a website that would just completely explode your internet. I remember that. I remember going to like my friend's page. There was like glitter text everywhere, and like the background was moving, and like you couldn't read anything. And I was like, why? Why? Spitting Superman. I remember that. I remember the black and silver one that looked really cool. All right, so we got food. We got leather scraps. All right, what's next? We need like a leather station, right? Tanning rack. 20 leather scraps and 5 deer hide. This game sucks. Oh, I can make the crude bow, though. Yeah, I want that. Oh, we got arrows. The bow is the best weapon in this game. I don't care if anybody says to you. The bow is always the best. Could be so heartless. Man, talk about an artist that just... Dude, Kanye had so many good songs. I remember Life of Pablo. I still, to this day, listen to Life of Pablo. And every time I'm like listening to it, I'm like, what could have been? What could have been, dude? And I'm not even like a diehard Kanye guy. I just really like Pablo. It's so sad, though. Speaking of that, I don't want to bring up anything super heavy, but David... That's an absolutely outrageous experience to be in real life. If you're not familiar with who I'm talking about, there's the artist named, I think it was David, but he spells it with like the number 4. Yeah, he apparently, allegedly, murdered somebody. His music was really good, too. That was really upset. WD says, yeah, I had to shut that down in the chat earlier. Sometimes I have a bad habit. I got to explain something to you guys. We can kind of derail off that a little bit. I have a bad habit of always looking at what was deleted or what was removed. And most of the time, it's like, it's always something really hurtful about me. And it really does, it makes me go, you know what I mean? It makes me go, oh, that's great. That sucks. But what's weird is if I don't look at it, I could just be like, who cares? Who knows what it said? But part of the thing is that I do have to kind of keep an eye out for criticism. Because if you just surround yourself with like yes men and like people that think everything you do is good, you kind of suffer from that. And I've seen that with a lot of artists. And I'm not saying that like I have that problem, but I could have that problem. I could have that problem if I chose not to look at criticism. But a lot of times the criticism is just, hey, man, you suck. Hey, look, you look so stupid. And it's like, all right, well, that's not really criticism. That's just someone being an asshole. Okay, so I got the bow and arrow, so we got to put that in one. Yeah, it's pretty difficult, I'll be honest. Like, the amount of times I've ended shows early because people were being rude in the early days, that happens a lot. You've been observed. Somebody said something to you. I will say this. I try not to swear on the shows, specifically because I know that it messes with your monetization and stuff. So I try not to do it. And the other thing, too, is there are word filters. And if you're a mod, I don't think it overserved. Oh, okay. Okay. I thought you said observed. I had to look at the chat in the window sometimes pretty quickly. So I misread it. But anyways, but yeah, so sometimes it kind of messes that stuff up, but it's okay. Yeah, like for example, if I talk about certain subjects on the live, it'll like shut it off, which is really weird. TikTok, that happened a lot. And a lot of times it'd be something I didn't actually do, which is why I got off of there. But don't get me started on TikTok. That place is trash. That's the absolute worst place to stream. It's nightmarishly bad. But I hate to say it, but it is one of those tools where it's like, now that I have the new computer, I probably could go back to TikTok and multi-stream, so Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok. So I don't really want to, but it's one of those things where it's like Pearl Jam trying to get rid of Ticketmaster. If only everybody else agreed with them and like tried. So that's the bad news. I would definitely Ticketmaster the hell out of TikTok, but it doesn't really do that. Yeah, most people just use it. And like I said, there's a bunch of grifters and people on there like that other guy who's like just asking for money without providing any sort of entertainment, which he's allowed to do, but I just think it looks really bad, and it makes everybody else who's a streamer look bad. Because like people come into my stream often and they'll be like, You're just asking for money. And it's like, no, I'm playing music. I'm playing my music. It's very frustrating. And it's because of people like that. That's the issue. Oh, I need to make a chest. What am I doing? I'm like carrying all my stuff around with me. Yeah, it's a very frustrating experience. Oh, did I tell you guys about you guys are talking about drinks? Did I ever tell you guys about the time I thought I invented the rum and coke? Did I tell you guys about that? Cool Killer, do you remember that? Did I tell you about this? It's a true story. It's absolutely something very embarrassing. Yeah, let me know if you guys remember, or if that's something I already said. Cool Killer's laughing. Do you know what I'm talking about? No way? Okay, I'll tell you about it. Okay. So this is not a very long story. I remember when I was like 17 or 18, I was watching James Bond on my computer. And while I was watching James Bond, you know how like they'll go into like, excuse me, Q, would you like to have a drink? And then they have like a just room temperature bottle of brandy or something like that, and it's just sitting there. And I remember watching it, and I'm like, you know, I think my parents have like a bottle of rum, which is also a brown thing, liquid. That's alcohol. I bet you that's rum. No, it's not. It's clearly something else that I've never heard of because I'm a young idiot. But nonetheless, I went into the freezer. It was around Christmas, so they had like rum in the freezer. So I go in there, and I get a glass, and I pour it into the straight up rum. And don't do this if you're kids, by the way. I was a very reckless young man, so don't drink. If you're a kid, obviously don't do that. But the idea is that I poured it in the glass, and it was like ice cold. I drank it, and I went, bleh, bleh. I didn't like it. And I was like, how do they do it? It's like room temperature they're drinking it. Anyways, so I had the brilliant idea of mixing it with a Coca-Cola. And so I put the Coca-Cola in with it, and I drank it, and I went, that's not bad. And I drank it. Anyways, so fast forward, it's like, I don't know, it's Monday. I go to school, and I'm talking to my friends at school. And I'm like, you guys, I just thought of the most brilliant thing in the world. My friends are like, all right, get a load of this guy. And I'm like, all right, you take rum and you put it in the Coke. And they're like, yeah, that's called a rum and Coke, you moron. And I'm like, yeah, that's probably what I would call it. And he's like, no, that's already a thing. That's an established thing. What are you talking about, you moron? And I was like, oh. I said this in front of like 5 people in complete confidence. I thought I invented the rum and Coke. Which, to be fair, I kind of did. I just did it without knowledge that it existed already. So, I mean, you guys say whatever you want, but I invented one of the most popular drinks of all time. So, I just, I'm an idiot. I didn't think anyone else thought of that idea of, before me. So, true story. Yeah, there's a lot of situations where I thought I was on the, to be fair, I kind of was on the cutting edge of some things. But just, you never have those material ways of doing it. Oh, we got a rock circle here. I know that this was an update. They did something with these rocks. See these rocks that are like in a triangle kind of, or not triangle. There's like these pillar rocks, like in a circle. There's one there and one there, one there and one there. So there's something going on with these now. They used to not have anything, so. But yeah, the reason I just want to touch on this real quick, just in case any kids are watching. The reason you don't want to, drink when you're a kid, obviously because it messes you up. Also, it's because you're completely irresponsible. It is fun, but the reason you don't want to do it, and the reason I tell people, the reason why you don't do certain things is because, one, you don't understand what's too much or too little, and you end up thinking you invented a drink, or you get really sick. So if you're a kid and you're watching this, obviously don't experiment with that stuff when you're too young. Make sure you listen to your parents and you take care of your stuff. Yeah, don't mess around with that stuff, kids. You might embarrass yourself in school. But yeah, you don't want to end up like your you don't end up like me. So, we are really far away from our base. When I say like me, I mean like embarrassing yourself like that. It's very easy to embarrass yourself by drinking too much or you know, experimenting with stuff you don't understand. Anyways, we're going to brush past that. We found some skeleton bones. Okay. That's right, WD. You don't end up like your my WD. Washed up like a cool killer. Who's in here again? Who's watching? We have 17 people watching right now. And I would like to point this out. If you guys don't tap the screen, if you don't say something in the chat, and you guys are doing great. But there are a lot of people, there's like YouTube thinks that basically you're bots. It's really weird. So if you're having a good time, if you want to say something in the chat, you're more than welcome to. You can join in. You guys can make fun of me for thinking that I invented the rum and coke. I can't remember. There was something else. Oh, I did invent this, but it was another thing that already existed. What was the name? You guys know those clear noodles? Is it Panza? I can't remember. The clear noodles. I think they're Vietnamese noodles, rice noodles. I invented something called japchae, which was already a recipe, but I made like beef with those noodles, and I put it in with like bean sprouts and stuff like that. True story. And I remember I was talking to my friend. She's like, that's japchae. I'm like, oh. But literally, like, recipe for recipe, note for note, it was exactly what it was. And I had no idea that that was a real thing. So it was pretty cool. Dude, I have some embarrassing stories about my brother. Stuff like that. Anyways, I won't bring those up on the show. He'll get really mad at me. I actually never really get to talk about my brothers or my sister or anything like that on the show often. Which I just noticed. It kind of just doesn't happen. And it's not even purposeful. Just, you know. Oh my god, I got stung by a bee. Take this, bees. Was that 2? Where's the queen bee? I got 2 bees! That was 2 of them. That's amazing. I've never seen 2 bees' nests. That's great. You guys don't understand this. One of the best parts of this game is the bees. It literally warms my soul. Uh-oh. Oh, that would have been so cool if I hit that bird. You have to hunt birds for feathers in this game. Most of the time. Also, the animals, just in case anybody gets bugged by this, because they used to kind of bug some people. When you go hunting in this game, you're actually hunting spirit animals, so you don't have to feel too bad. These aren't like real animals. It's also a video game. But this is something that bothers me. All right, I want to talk about something embarrassing. So, if I ever watch a show or read a story, you know, if some sort of fictional event happens, I will often feel really, really bad for the characters. So the idea is that even if like a character dies in a book or something like that, it'll really bother me. So I mention that kind of thing because it's like, well, if somebody's really sensitive like I am, just so you know, this isn't like a issue. You don't have to feel bad about this. Not that you should, but you know, it's a weird thing to be, mentioned. I don't know. Phil says, thank you, Phil, for saying something. Phil's got a question. Pat, do you like games like Baldur's Gate? Yes, I do. I beat Baldur's Gate 3 when it came out. It was a great experience. I played Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. I think that's for PlayStation. There was another Baldur's Gate I played too, which was excellent. And what's funny too, another embarrassing thing about me, I didn't realize that those were related to Dungeons and Dragons. Like literally. I thought they were just fantasy games. But little did I know they were literally related. Same people. I was actually watching a video about what's his name? Gygax. The guy who invented Dungeons, or like helped invent largely Dungeons and Dragons, and what a fascinating story that was. What am I doing? I just pick up my axe and just annihilate this guy. I missed. Why can't I hit you? You're going to be starting your first D&D game soon? Ooh. I will tell you something. The first day is usually the worst day of the game. And the reason why it sucks is because everybody makes their characters and some people get confused. So I would suggest like making your character ahead of time and like telling them and all that stuff. That way you don't have to wait, I guess. You know what? I'll let your DM kind of talk about it because I haven't played that much Dungeons and Dragons. But I do know I've tried to start like 5 campaigns or whatever. And we usually didn't make it past the first day. Whoa, that was a really tough boar. You're going to be a druid? What are you, a nerd? What do you mean a druid for? You know, tie me a bracelet and heal me or something? What are you talking about? Druid. What do you do? Dance around in the forest and attack monsters with your flowing long hair like me? What are you, you're a druid? What are you gonna do? Laugh the monsters to death? Pff, druid. Pff. No, I'm kidding. There used to be a thing back. Apparently, I was watching the video. The clerics and the druids and stuff. They would like call them bad characters because the way the systems worked is that they never actually grew that strong. So people would make fun of them. That's why I'm kind of doing that. I don't really care, dude. I was a druid when I was playing Diablo 2. First time I played Diablo 2. Shout out! We should play Diablo. That's what we should really play. Diablo is a real game for gamers. For people that want to just shred. That's what we should be playing is Diablo. I've always been a support player. That's okay, buddy. You're like, of course it's okay. Why are you saying it like that? Why are you being dismissive of me, Patrick? Stop doing these mind games. I'm just saying, yeah. It must be, bass player mentality. Help people out. I'm just kidding, dude. I'm messing around. I'm sorry. This is my friend Steve talking. This is what my friend Steve does. Anytime I say something, people hate on healers until they're almost dead. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Let me put it this way. My friend Steve would always pick on people no matter what they chose because he wanted to see how like confident they were in what they picked. And if they like backtracked, he would lose respect for you. It was very funny. He'd be like, oh, I bought a strat. He'd be like, you bought a strat? Why don't you just throw your amp in the garbage? I'm like, shut up, Steve. And he'd be like, all right, I got you. All right, you actually a strat player. All right. Diablo is a great game. David, my man. You're out of here, WD? Yeah, dude. Do a wheelie. Oh, man. I'll tell you what. Yeah, we're playing pretty late. It's almost 3 o'clock in the morning for me. I was going to play later, actually, too. I'm not saying I'm going to end the stream at all, but I wanted to go, in theory, until 4. But we did start the stream. How long have we been playing for? 2 hours and 2 minutes. So technically, we have another hour. So I'll keep going. Diablo 1 and 2 are your favorite games? Oh, yeah. Did anyone play Diablo 4? I couldn't. The first act of Diablo 4 was good. And the rest of the game falls apart. And it becomes incredibly boring. But did you play Path of Exile 2? That game is pretty fun. I feel like that was a lot more satisfying. Dude, it was so painful. Dude, let me spoil something for anybody who's played Diablo 4 or hasn't played it. Not a big, like, you actually just don't care. There's a character that dies to a wall. That is not an exaggeration. There's a main character of the game dies to a wall. It's a literal, like they're in hell, which, spoiler alert, Diablo, you go to hell. But, yeah, there's a main character that goes into hell, and hell has like all these like creepy walls with like monster faces and stuff. It's like skin and, it's hell. It's blood everywhere. There's blood rivers and lava. Anyways, so a character goes up to a wall like too close, and the wall just goes, and he goes, oh, and he dies. A main character of the entire, like, it's like they didn't know what to do. They're so bad. The joke that's made about that game is people go, all right, the lawsuit hit here. And then the rest of the game sucked. And you could definitely tell when morale and like this was another example. If you've ever played any of the Diablo games, Diablo 4, the people that were play testing it and showing people the game were playing it on controller, which I have no disrespect to people playing controller. But the game is traditionally played with a mouse and keyboard. So that would be like somebody playing Counter-Strike with a controller. The game is for years, decades, played with a mouse and keyboard. The fact that they were sitting using their controller, everybody was, dude, it was pretty bad. It was like, oh, I see why like the combat's pretty easy and kind of pointless and like mindless, says the guy who's playing Valheim. Which this game gets difficult, but you can also be kind of mindless in the beginning of this game. Like you're just getting stuff. You don't have to fight anything really. But again, this is Valheim. But if you come from Diablo 2 and you're just like flying through stuff, clicking things, shooting fireballs at everything, teleporting, like that game is just you got to go fast. So the idea is that playing Diablo with a controller was just very much like I get it. The game is like for children, even though it's like very adult themes and it's crazy looking. They got the art style down. Happy about that. But Diablo 4, the whole game was just like my cousin used to say, number goes up. The number goes up. And I was like, yeah. Did anybody actually enjoy playing Diablo 4? Did anyone play Diablo 4 in here? Because Diablo 2 crushed. Diablo 3, the art style got massively changed, and that really kind of bothered me. It was still kind of fun. I enjoyed the experience, but I didn't love it. But I know people that loved Diablo 3. But yeah, this is equivalent to a Star Wars original trilogy, Star Wars prequel trilogy, and Star Wars sequel trilogy. It just went from like magical to passing to complete failure. You know what I mean? It went from it just fell from grace intensely. All right, so speaking of that, what am I supposed to be doing right now? I keep just rattling off. Knights of the Old Republic. I tried to play that. I can't remember what I was playing it on, but it like got corrupted, and I never got to play all of it. So, KOTOR was supposed to be amazing. I heard a rumor. I don't know how true this is, but I heard a rumor they're going to be working on a remaster of it. I don't know how true that is, but they keep saying that. But yeah, it got corrupted and I couldn't play it. I got like an hour into the game and it just went pfft. It wouldn't load textures and like things were broken. I was like, this sucks. That rumor's been around for a while? Okay. I had a feeling. It's like whenever I hear about Metroid games, I'm just like, I don't think anything's going to happen. The last good Metroid game was a fan game, so I have no hope for Metroid games in the future. And somebody's going to say, what about Metroid Dread? I'm like, yeah, but Dad, I don't want to buy a 3DS or whatever it was on, or Switch. And I get it's Nintendo, but it's like, it's got to be a smash hit for me to buy a console, you know? I got a PC. Why can't I just play on a PC? Come on, Nintendo. Get with the program. Can Nintendo just have Nintendo PC? Like Steam? Can they just do that? You know how much money they would make? They make trillions of dollars. Can you imagine Steam having Nintendo games on it? It would be an absolute utopia. I think that every war in existence would it'll just like go away. Like world peace has been achieved. It was just amazing. They would just never do it. Okay, I'm supposed to be doing deer hunting. Duh. I'll go listen for deer. Is that a deer? Yes, it is. Oh! First shot. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, another deer! I'm gonna die! Damn this game. The other deer's gone too. Yep. Hit him, hit him, hit him. It's way harder to hit a moving target, yeah. Phil, what did you play on when you said you're playing Diablo? Oh, I got him! I hit a moving target through the trees. You're welcome. Yeah, what did you play in Diablo 2? What was your characters? What was your class? I was a big barbarian. I was just always a barbarian. I think the first time I played it, I was a druid because I had the expansion pack. But after that, I was just barbarian. It was Barbie all day. Every game since then, just Barbie. Necromancer Summoner, very cool. Necromancer definitely was the cool guy. Barbarian was kind of the tryhard, like, because they're not really that good. They're just tanks. So I would always play with people. My friend Steve, who I was talking about earlier, who picks on people, but in a cool way, like hey, I got you. I got you. He actually beat Diablo 2 on hardcore mode with me. All the way through to hell. We beat Diablo on hardcore. Which, if you don't know, folks, that means you die once, you lose your character. He actually died once off screen. He was like doing something, and his character died. He was a sorceress, and it was terrible. He was like very upset. Did I get the bird? No, I didn't. Yeah, it was not a good experience for him. Oh, there's a bird in the tree. Get it. Dude, this bow sucks. Oh, I got him. What's good? Yeah, Necromancer. Yeah, Necromancers are cool. Anyone else? Does anyone know? We got 14 people in here. Do you guys play Diablo? You know what I'm talking about? They re-released it. Oh, did you play the, what was it? They didn't call it remaster. They called it Resurrection. Did you play the Resurrected Diablo 2? It's phenomenal. I bought it as soon as it came out. I never do that. Of course, my man. So good. Oh, it's so good. Nobody else is in here. I think there's a bunch of bots in here, dude. Come on. Because everyone's like, I didn't play Diablo, idiot. We're watching you play your stupid game. All right, fair enough. Who's in here? I want to say, can somebody say hi? We got me and Phil just chatting it up. I think we have 12 other people, maybe. I'm not sure. Who's still in here? Something's got to be in here. If you're a bot, can I get some robots in the chat? We got Yo Soy Matt. Yo, my man. We got Zoe. We got David. We got Lurking. All right, we got people. I had a feeling. Right on. You know what's? I think about this sometimes. We used to stream earlier in the day. We used to stream at 5 p.m. And there's definitely people that miss the show now who don't see it because I stream at 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. So the idea is that, yeah, there's some people that don't get to see the show as much anymore. And I do really want to go back to streaming early again. Not early, but like at 5 p.m. or something. At least play video games early, then play music at night. You know, keep that going because it's been very good to me. It's been very kind. All right, so how many deer hides we got? But yeah, I do want to go back to streaming early just for the sake of the people that watch the show because it's not fair to them. You know, I just left. Lurkers, StarCraft. Where's the Blizzard bros at? Blizzard people, are you in here? Anyone play Blizzard games? Warcraft, StarCraft, Diablo. God, can you name another company to have three smash hits like that on the same engine? God, same engine. I've been a long time proponent of this. Anytime you make a good game and the engine's still doing well, just keep using it until it fails. Intake of Nissan 3.5 voucher. Oh, we're talking about cars now, David? You got a Z? What do you got? What do you got? What are you driving? I always wanted to get a Z. I thought they were cool. I also liked, when I was a kid, I liked the Mitsubishi Eclipse because I thought it looked sick. Which just goes to show, if you care about your car's looks too much, you might buy something that's not that great. David says, yeah, I'm a mechanic. My man. Psh, very cool. I used to have a Focus RS back in the day when I had an office job and like I didn't have long hair and play music. God, that was the funnest car I've ever driven. Best car I've ever had. Oh my God, it was so much fun. It's the girlfriend's Altima. Oh! Not even your car! You're not even getting paid to do it, are you? Everybody, shout out to a real one. We got David Chips. True hero. Man. My man. My character is hold on, can my character do something cool? What were the emojis? My character's gonna dance for you, buddy. I don't have it. Nope, I bought it. Okay. I see. I was gonna say brutal, but I appreciate it. Nissan. Are those easy to work on? I'm sure they're not a Toyota or a Lexus, but I'm sure they're okay. I don't know. I've never worked on a Nissan. My family, I think this is the last American car I'm going to own. Hate to say that, but it's like one of those things where it's like, after so many years of Fords, my family used to work at Ford for a long time. Like half my family worked at Ford. It's a pain to work on. All right. But yeah, I still like Ford a lot. I still have a lot of respect for GM. But I just, for some reason, man, the only new car I'd want to buy from like an American brand would be like a Ford Maverick. Just because I like little trucks. I like little trucks. I like simple little trucks driving around. You have to take the bumper off just to change the headlights. Brutal. I just changed the headlights on it's not my Toyota, but I just changed the headlights on a Toyota. Whoa, look at all the deer pushing each other. Oh no, go, I got one of them. And yeah, you don't have to do that. That's nonsense. Nonsense. You guys ever heard of a TVR? Those cars? You have to take, the battery is in the back rear quarter panel. You have to take off part of the car to get to the battery. Because it was like, God, that's an amazing car. Apparently they're fun as hell to drive, but they're like a British Viper. If that doesn't alert you to how badly those things are. You mind a Chevy S10? Yeah, dude, for sure. I would love, like, my cousin used to have a Ford Ranger, but I know those are like super simple. Those are basically just Mazdas, right? That was the whole bit with them, is that like Mazda just rebadged them or something. I can't remember. Ford used to like, oh, come on! Why are you zigging and zagging? Look at this thing. Look at this thing. Literally, as soon as I look at it, it changes direction. Gotcha! Yeah. But either way, back to the American cars thing. It's just every American car I've owned is just like, it hasn't survived more than like, and that's not, I know what you're probably thinking. Well, Patrick, maybe you should take better care of your stuff. I know! But my Focus RS started having issues after I sold it. So I dodged that bullet. And that was the best car. I would love to own one of those again. The Mustang that I owned when I was in an office job, the gearbox was having some issues. Again, not necessarily Ford's fault, but that was within, what was it, 10,000, 15,000 miles. I did buy it used, though, so it was very, very possible whoever had it before was like, you know, not knowing how to shift. But again, it was just like, it was pretty brutal. Also, they did like something with the what's it called? I'm trying to remember what happened. It's getting late. I'm trying to remember. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Point is that I would much rather have something that's like dead reliable. That's just good to drive. Because I would love to have a fun car that's like dumb. You know, I'd like to get a Z06 Corvette. You know what I mean? Like a C5. Just, you know, something almost, I don't want to say disposable, but just like, of course you're going to drive it like crazy, but you just don't drive it that often. What would you got? Anybody into cars in here? What car, if you had like 30 grand, you had funny money, but you had to buy a car. And it had to be for fun. You can't buy something sensible. You have to buy something. You'd have to tear through a set of tires every year. I don't know. What would you buy? That Focus RS was badass, but they're not 30 grand. I mean, you could probably find one mileage, but I think they're 35. I would get a Z06. Or you'd get three of the same car and just rip it. You just get 3 really beat up Zs. 10 grand each. That wouldn't be a terrible idea. Get a Volkswagen Jetta for $1,000. Get 30 Volkswagen Jettas and drive them until they explode. I don't even think they're worth... Well, used cars are worth more now, which is sad, but... Where are we at? It's so hard to see the menu from far away like this. Oh, we have 10. I think we need 2 more. 2 more deer, and that's it. Volkswagen Demo Derby. Oh, man. I kind of predicted the Volkswagen. That's a bore. Let's get his ass. My first car was a Jetta, and that thing, I think we paid like $1,000 for it. It was a 94. Half the stuff didn't work on it. So much fun to drive, though. It's fun to drive stuff that's just like meaningless. Like a car that's just complete crap. It's so liberating because it's like, oh, hit my car. I don't care. It's the best feeling. Your Ford, you had a Ford Taurus? Ooh! Ford Taurus. They used to have a twin turbo Taurus. I think it was the Taurus Show. That was actually apparently a nice, like a police interceptor kind of thing. Those apparently were pretty nice. I seriously doubt your grandma had the Show package, but... Yeah, dude, you know what? It makes me want to just buy another cheap... I mean, I have a pretty terrible car now, but it runs. Which I'm like, all right, cool. Far Cry Far Cry, what I used to drive. But you know, you make your decisions, you make your deals. It's like I get to stream and play music and hang out with good people, but my car has a 1-liter engine. Gets great gas mileage, but yeah, David knows what I'm talking about. Whoa. It's like a little GTR. Not literally, of course, you know. But it was all-wheel drive. It had like 300-something horsepower. You know what would be another good car that what was the Chevy SS? The SS model, not the package, but the car. The V8 in like a nice sedan. That would have been really fun to drive. That would have been a great car. How much are those now? I'm going to look that up real quick. What's it called again? I just said it. Yo Soy Matt says I'm out of here. All right, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. Your buddy had a Saturn? Oh, my dad used to have a Saturn a long time ago. Yeah, good night. Thanks for being here, Yo Soy Matt. What was I looking up? Taurus. Horsepower? Is that what I was looking at? I don't remember. Yeah, it had 288 horsepower. Oh, what was the Show package? That was twin turbo. 365, dude. Mustang. Oh, the Chevy SS, too. Dude, I got to get off here. I'm getting sleep. My sleep brain. What? Guess how much an SS... Oh, wait, those are... Oh, it's worse. Dude, guess how much an SS is right now? 13,000 miles. They're asking $54,000. I get it's a rare car, but it's not that rare. There's another one, $42,000 for a 10-year-old Chevy with a V8. Enthusiast car people. Dude, it's going to happen to guitar people soon. We're going to have to fight like the worst pricing in the world because so far nobody has really figured out that if you buy a bunch of one thing and just resell it, It's going to happen. Oh, dude, the RX-7 FD. Oh, yeah. That's a phenomenal car. Rotary, but still badass. Those things are so cool. Oh, yeah, dude. An FD. My cousin used to have one. I think he used to have one. He has a he has now, this talking about crazy pricing. He has a Mark IV and a Mark III Supra that he turboed to hell and back. Those things are scary. He's a diesel mechanic. And shout out to Josh for being a fellow car guy who's just nasty. He has a tattoo of a turbo on his arm. It's so sick. Oh, what a great experience. Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah, dude. Yeah, the FD, if it wasn't for the rotary, I mean, obviously, those things are still cool, but I think those would be way more valuable and classic if it wasn't for the rotary nonsense people have to deal with. And I think, for the most part, rotaries have a cool idea. But again, it's just, they're hard to deal with for most people, obviously. And, reliability stuff, the oil. But still cool. People compare it to being on a motorcycle, how you have to keep the RPMs up. Phil says, I just finished a pizza, and I honestly feel bad for it. Feel bad for the pizza? Didn't stand a chance. Very cool. We're cooking up food. One of the nice things in this game is you don't have to actually have, like, what is it called? Inventory. The food doesn't go bad, is what I'm trying to say. So you can just keep food in the drawers and stuff, which is nice. Because other games, like Fallout 76, the food does go bad, which is like, oh, just give me a refrigerator. You know what I mean? So, come on. Let me preserve the food. That's a real thing. So. But that being said, folks, speaking of preserving, I got to preserve myself. We have hit 100 views on this secondary channel live stream. So if you were here and you enjoyed your time, make sure you follow, make sure you subscribe. I'm going to get off. I'm going to try and stream late after my music shows for you guys and keep this up. But at the same time, I have to get off now. I'm starting to not be able to think clearly. But anyways, thanks for being here, everybody. If you have not heard about my music and all that stuff, this is my secondary channel. There's another channel called Patrick Gnarly where I have all my music. I live stream music. And on this one, we just play video games. We hang out. We just talk. So anyways, thank you so much for David and Phil for being here. We got Yosoi Matt. I think we had, who else was in here? Zoe. Everybody that said something earlier, you guys are awesome. We had Cool Killa. We had WD-40. We had the classics. All the good people. Good times, good people, rock and roll. If you're in here and you want to say goodbye, good night, now's your chance. But once again, thank you for being here and enjoying the game with me. Check out my music. Check out that channel, Patrick Gnarly. Good night, and I'll see you next time. See you on the main channel first, and then I'll see you here. All right, stay gnarly, everybody. Bye-bye. Good night.